Alright, what up, y'all? It's Music Monday, so I'm gonna make a video explaining what Music Monday is, okay? And what it's meant to be and what it's gonna grow to be, okay? So, for those of y'all interested in learning what's going on, stay tuned. I'm gonna educate you a little bit more. Ooh, that engine sounds good. Anywho, we are live on my Facebook right now, and I have my other phone here. We're going to go through Music Monday. What got posted today? What's up with Music Monday? It's going to be a long video. I'm just letting you know right now we have several songs to react to. So, reaction videos, here you go. We are going to go to Suicide Registry Organization's Facebook page. Boom, boom. Switching to that page now. Boom, boom. Anywho, look, this is how active I am, okay? SAMHSA, Illinois State Police, Dixon, Illinois Police Department, 13 WREX. I can go through these. This is just notifications from today. It's pretty ridiculous how many notifications I get. Right here. This person and 154 others commented on this post in suicide awareness. Okay, I'm very active on social media. American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, City of Rockford Government, Mercy Health, City of Beloit Police Department, Layton County, Illinois Sheriff's Office. Okay, when I said I'm very well connected, I meant that. FJ Outlaw, what's up, buddy? I've been a fan of his since before he ever got famous. So anyway, let's go to the Facebook page. 411 followers. We got, let's see. We have 89,000 views in the last 30 days. That's cool. And 80 net followers. We have 80 new followers. Going up every day. That's the kind of growth I want to see. Okay. Now, the idea behind it is there are a lot of artists who want to be famous, yeah? All right. And suicide and overdose are these huge problems, yeah? Okay. So if this page had 1 million followers, let's just say, which it does not, okay, it's less than a year old, then ideally anybody that I post on Music Monday would get a massive amount of recognition. But without you guys following Suicide Registry Organization's Facebook page, that can never happen, okay? I'd like to be able to make people famous overnight by having a whole bunch of followers on this page and supporting the cause. All right, so if that's something y'all want to contribute to, awesome. I just shared this 27 minutes ago. A 14-year-old girl in Illinois was found dead after being sexually assaulted and strangled with jumper cables. All right? This is why the Sober Lit family exists. This is why I support all paths of recovery, because I hate seeing posts like this. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. This is the types of things that we're trying to prevent from happening right here. Okay? And so anyway, I did Music Monday. I did a couple live videos. I told you I was dropping them videos from Metal Night at Splitter Sport, right? Here it is. Alright, I'm not going to show you the whole video because it's like, yeah, that's not very entertaining, right? Let me turn this volume down so it's not going to keep doing that. There we go. But check out this post. 298 views, posted 3 hours ago. Alright, the idea behind this is to support local bands and give them more recognition, okay, so they can be successful in their dreams. Okay, a lot of these people, I'm telling you right now, and maybe not these people in this video, I'm gonna put my phone down, but a lot of these people who write these songs for a reason, okay? They write these songs for a reason. Some of these people are going through shit, and that's why music exists. All right, so I'm gonna go through this one post here. Please hit the share button if you see a song or post you like. Okay, that goes for any Suicide Registry Organization post. Okay, just because I posted some stuff, let's go to Reels. Just because I posted some stuff before you followed me Sorry. It's getting cold, so I got a little bit of a cough going on. But just because I posted this stuff before you followed the page doesn't mean you can't go look it up and share it, you know? Here's a good post. You're not doing it wrong. You're just in the part where most people quit. Keep pushing. No shares. All right? Y'all can go look this up after the fact and his share on some of these. This is Honest Abe talking about hanging himself in a video. Right? Joe Jordan Music.
You deserve healing. You don't deserve that scar. You don't deserve feeling much smaller than you are.
Right? I don't create these reels to just sit on the internet with no shares. I'm not trying to raise awareness with no... How are we going to raise awareness for suicide and overdose if we don't share these things? Okay, I got all these reels here. All these. This is from the Attila concert that we went to in Belvedere with the Sober Lit family. You know? This is Reckless Redemption's show at Whiskey's with the Sober Lit family. That's, we'll call him D. D's somebody who was involved in NA and AA and got on stage and sang with his favorite bands that night. That was an epic night. Well, let me turn my volume down. I'll read the post to you, right? And I know D doesn't mind. Or else he wouldn't even be featured in this. So, and I tagged him in it and everything. He's seen this video. He knows it's out there. So this week, for the first time ever, we selected a song from my live stream, Bodies cover by Hollywood Underground and Derek Schumacher. Hollywood Underground and Derek are hashtag sober lit. Some of us are sober, some of us are lit. Together we're all sober lit, okay? D happens to be one of the sober members in the Sober Lit family. Right? So to see where the Sober Lit family goes next and become a part of our, well, it's a Cali Sober Recovery group, right? But I myself am totally abstinent. But to become a part of this group and go to these concerts, make sure you join the Sober Lit family, okay? And there's events all across the globe. We got Lacey Skates is in the group now and different people. She does group roller skating events in Nashville, Tennessee and different things. So Sober Lit family's growing, you know? But we decided to share this video after an amazing Halloween show at Whiskey's Roadhouse. All right, this is a great video if y'all want to go look it up after the fact. And it explains right here. My website, suicideregistry.org, is currently under construction. The website's purpose is to honor all who have passed due to direct or indirect mental illness and memorialize them for who they were and not what happened. The organization's purpose is to eliminate the red tape involved in getting self-help, and I personally get to know these people and help them get their lives back no matter what they're struggling with, whether it be mental health, self-destructive tendencies, or sobriety. All right? My purpose is to possibly impact as many lives as I can along the way to show others that all the pain that we have survived can be our greatest asset if we learn how to channel our creative energy into things like music, yeah? Okay, here's the Phoenix. This is a sober recovery group. If you're looking for things to do, you're sober and you ain't got no friends and you don't know what to do because you don't want to go out to the bar or whatever. Okay, the Phoenix. Join the Phoenix. If you own a Rockford business and you're watching this right now, you own, I don't know, maybe you're involved in the Park District or different things like that and you have events and stuff. Start posting your events at the Phoenix so that way people can see your events. You know, especially Park District. Park District does a lot of things, and you can't drink at a lot of those events. They're sober events, but I don't see any events in Rockford when I go to my Phoenix app. Okay, the Phoenix app is an amazing app if you're in recovery and you're trying to make friends. They have like 5K, mile runs, yoga, I don't know. They're all types of, literally all types of events. Painting, check them out, okay, the Phoenix. And then it's got a link to me and a link back to the organization in case somebody sees it after it got shared into a group or something. Then they'll see it and maybe they'll click the link and they'll give Suicide Registry Organization a follow. Yeah. So all these reels here, feel free to find one and share it. You know, there's just a ton of them. You know, this one talks about stress and how. Hold on, let me make sure it's down. But this one talks about stress, and it talks about how when you're a child and you're stressed out, it causes your amygdala to enlarge. It causes your hippocampus to shrink, which is the reason why ADHD and addiction and ADD and bipolar and different things like that happen. This is a very educational reel. It's got 9 shares. Most of them are me. But feel free to find one of these reels and hit share, okay? Let me go back. This is, hold on. I actually do want to cover that one real quick before I move on to my next topic. This one right here, it explains, these are over 400 books that I have read on mental health, psychology, business, addiction, the brain, all that. These are over 400 books that I have read, and I read 3 to 5 books every week. Okay? So check that one out. Yeah. This one right here, I'm pretty sure it has no shares. It has 30, but most of them are me again.
1,000 people a year.
Hold on, because this one's actually got a pretty important message.
Did you know 700,000 people a year make the decision to end their own lives? Share this post to provide hope for somebody. It's free, and it could save a life.
700,000 people a year kill themselves. This was made over a year ago. I don't know if you know this, but in the last year, that number has gone up to 740,000. 40,000 more people killed themselves annually since I made this post. Okay, it's a big problem, and it's becoming a bigger problem every day. When I made this post, it was 700,000. That was back in 2023. And now 2024's data says that 740,000 people killed themselves. So it's gone up by 40,000. All right, let's get into Music Monday. Eventually, these were supposed to be... Now, look, I wasn't planning on being homeless for 2 years, yeah? All right, so eventually I'm going to go back when I'm not homeless, and I'm going to react to what is the worst point in my life, which is right now, everything that I'm recording, okay? I'm going to go back when I'm not homeless and talk about what it was like on these days when I was going through all this shit, all right? But I can't make reaction videos to a point in my life that I'm not past yet. Make sense? So anyway... Coupled with those reaction videos, I'm also going to turn Music Monday into reaction videos to music. Everybody likes watching reaction videos on YouTube, yeah? Well, we don't have the technology available to be able to do that. So this little back patio and 2 cell phones is going to have to do, right? So I did a couple of live videos. This is Modifier. This video is getting a lot of traction right now. This was an amazing, epic night. And in each post, I tell, like, why I shared it, right? We decided to share this video after an amazing show at Splitters Bar and Grill inside Park Lanes Bowling Center this past week. If you weren't there, you missed it. It says it right there in the post. And trust me, if you go back to look at that post, pretty epic night. So... Now, if you watch my live stream, you saw me do karaoke the other day, and I was talking about why I sang I Tried by Akon, right? Why I sang it. Because sometimes my past comes back to bite me in my ass, and certain people from my past who don't understand that I've grown past that point in my life, they come back and they start talking shit, and then it makes me feel a certain type of way, right? So, let's start with this one, okay? I know I have some loyal followers out there that are going to watch this to the end, so I'm not going to split it into 5 parts or anything like that. Fall in Line by Benjamin Lerner. I have shared this every Music Monday for the last month. Benjamin Lerner, what's up? What's up, buddy? I talk to Benjamin Lerner all the time. Okay, if you're looking for a sober recovery creator to follow that gives good information, he is a journalist. He's a professional journalist, and he knows a lot about the fentanyl crisis and drug addiction and has his own personal experience, and he goes live all the time. I'm always in his chat rooms. Anytime you see me share somebody's live video, I'm probably in the chat. Probably. And I typically don't continue to follow creators that don't engage with me in some way. So, Benjamin Lerner, one of those creators, okay? We talk all the time. And so you're welcome to go look this up after the video, but I'm going to show it right here for those of you with poor attention spans who won't go back and look this up. If you watch this all the way through, you'll see the video. Anyway, let's go. This is why I do what I do. This video right here, the reason why I share this every week for Music Monday is the reason why the Sober Lit family exists. It's the reason why I started doing social media. It's my mission in a song. All right, so let's listen to it. You're gonna see the journalism in his music as well. Now, when you see the post, if you like the song, you got to share the post. Okay, I've seen this happen where people have clicked on this link and then they share the video. Please share the post. All right, before you even review the song, whatever. Anyway, I'll click on it. This is one of the songs I shared this week. We stood side by side with brave individuals who lost their loved ones. These are the lost voices of fentanyl. If you can't hear it, please comment so that I know, so I can hopefully fix it.
500,000 people died. We were told to fall in line. I guess the OCNI thought that we were asleep or were blind when the precursors got synthesized and the overseas companies thrived. Never even got sanctioned, never even got fined. 20 years after the nation got lost in a wash of narcotic prescriptions, cartels got precursor shipments, and then it really got wicked. When 1 million people go from pills to heroin because they're hopelessly addicted, you can flood the block with straight poison fentanyl before they ever know the difference.
Now, hold on. That first verse, cartels got precursor shipments, right? This stuff was going on. The government knew about it, okay? Now listen, I grew up in the early 90s. My parents knew that something was going on with me psychologically. It's never been any secret. The homeless man is a little fucking crazy, okay? And that's why I'm in therapy every week. It's not a secret, okay? It's never going to be a secret. So I was a product of the 90s. When I was growing up, my parents were sending me to therapists left and right. Okay, now what was going on at the time is therapists were getting paid extra money by pharmaceutical companies to prescribe things like Ritalin, Xanax, Adderall, Depakote, Strattera, Concerta, Paxil, all medications that I have been on at some point in my life. Now I've written books, right? One of the chapters in one of my books is called Pharmaceutical Playground and explains how when I was 10, 12 years old, they were giving me these addictive prescriptions for my mental health. Meanwhile, my parents were both addicts and they were abusing each other in front of me, and there were probably bigger problems going on in my childhood and in my life and in my history that it wasn't necessarily a medication issue. It was more of an environmental thing of the way I was being raised, right? So anyway, I got prescribed a lot of these medications. Okay? And that is what led to a lot of my addiction problems. With all the books that I've read and everything, I've come to find out like why I am the way that I am. And that's why I'm able to get better, because now I have a full understanding of what was really going on. But the government knew these things were happening and they didn't care that they were addictive. Okay? Because they were the ones funding the studies. All right, and you're going to find a lot of this out. Like I said, he's an independent journalist, but he knows his shit. Okay, let's go. Oh, and you know how he says, when 1 million people go from pills to heroin because they're hopelessly addicted? Now, sorry to the family. I know. Okay, there's a lot of people who feel a certain way about me talking about these things, but they need to be talked about because otherwise these problems are going to be allowed to persist, okay? So to the family, I'm sorry if it aggravates you. I'm sorry. I know it's a sensitive topic, but it's very important to me, and I hope that you understand, okay? My best friend in the whole wide world was not a junkie, okay? My best friend in the whole wide world got his eye shot out, point blank, bow, shot in the eyeball, right? And they gave him Xanax and Norco. They gave him Xanax for the depression. They gave him Norco for the pain, okay? And guess what? He went from pills to heroin. Just like that. Because eventually, 2 Xanax wasn't enough. 2 Norco wasn't enough. Your body builds up a pain tolerance to these drugs, and the government knows that. And what happens when you build up a pain tolerance to the drugs? They stop working. So you seek out harder stuff because you want to get rid of the pain, right? Okay? And in his case, he was trying to get rid of the pain. And very, very, very short amount of time, within like a year of him getting his eye shot out and being prescribed those medications, he tried heroin and he accidentally overdosed, and now he's no longer here. So it's a very important topic, and it's a very real thing. That's probably one of the realest lines that Benjamin Lerner has ever wrote in any song ever. When 1 million people go from pills to heroin because they're hopelessly addicted, you can flood the block with straight poison fentanyl before they even know the difference. All right, so like I said, he knows his shit. Let's continue listening to this song.
You can flood the block with straight poison fentanyl before they ever know the difference.
20 years old from a real small town, never heard about a pill till a pill came around. Said the FDA came out and made it claim they had a pill for pain, and then they keep it in there. They called it oxycontin from the top to bottom. They brought it into our cities, and it was never the same. They had a play real long to get the people addicted, and no one thought to believe, so I came to show you the game.
Step one, buy up the medical journals that sit in the office of doctors we trust. Send out the sales representatives, pay them incentives to push out the drug. Convince every doctor that it's not addictive with peer-reviewed studies they fund. Target the vulnerable cities and mislead the people about what Oxy does. This is the way that they open the door to get people addicted who never before picked up a drug or knew about an addiction. They hooked everyone with a written prescription. Fentanyl never could happen without Oxycontin leading us into this position. Now we got kids that are dying from taking the pill because they didn't know poison was in it. Dealers are pressing the pills and they gotten so good at it now you cannot tell the difference. Mothers and fathers are burying kids who had hopes and had dreams and they still should be living. Families are broken and torn into pieces. The heart never heals from the pain when you miss them. They're not coming back now. It's not time to act. Let your voices be heard so that they don't forget them.
500,000 people died. We were told to fall in line. I guess the OCNI thought that we were asleep or were blind. When the precursors got synthesized and the overseas companies thrived. Never even got sanctioned, never even got fined. 20 years after the nation got lost in the wash of narcotic prescriptions, cartels got precursor shipments, and then it really got wicked. When 1 million people go from pills to heroin because they're hopelessly addicted, you can flood the block with straight poison fentanyl before they ever know the difference. This has never been about left or right. This has always been about death and life. This is whole cities that have been destroyed, whole states that paid a heavy price.
Like he says, this has never been about politics. That's how I feel about it too. Fuck politics. We got way bigger issues out here.
Crime of the highest order. Poison between the past lines of borders from the small towns to the city corners. Bodies to heroin because they're hopelessly addicted. You can flood the block with straight poison fentanyl before they ever know the difference. This has never been about left or right. This has always been about death and life. This is whole cities that have been destroyed, whole states that paid a heavy price. Global crime of the highest order. Poison between the past lines of borders from the small towns to the city corners. Bodies hitting floors and getting sent to corners. 500,000 lives lost without a single shot ever getting fired. This is millions of fathers and mothers and daughters and sons who finally getting tired of losing moral lives every hour. Spineless cowards in their ivory towers can't divide and conquer with their lives and power because they're speaking out, the cries are rising loud. I'm sick of pretending that fentanyl wasn't intentionally used as a weapon of mass destruction. Is poisoning innocent children, let's shatter illusions, unravel the past. Chinese biotech companies got tax benefits from the CCP to ship fentanyl precursor chemicals to drug cartels overseas.
Right there, he's saying the government was sending money to help them send the precursors overseas. This was before Trump. I'm just saying. Y'all know I don't get about politics, but I've been seeing all these people getting blown up on these boats because they keep trying to send fentanyl over here. And I'm sorry for those of you who don't agree, but I do agree with what they're doing. All right? Stop sending fucking drugs over here. Maybe you won't die. Because here's something, a little news for you, okay? There are thousands of satellites. Thousands of satellites. Thousands. Okay? And there's this little organization called the Central Intelligence Agency, which my grandfather used to work for, and I happen to know a hell of a lot about. Okay? Because I have studied my grandfather's life extensively. And one of the things I can tell you about the Central Intelligence Agency is they don't do a damn thing. Not a damn thing. They're an observatory agency. Their job is to gather information. That's it. It's to watch what's happening. That's it. Okay? And I'm telling you right now, okay, if the CIA wanted to figure out exactly where I'm at, this cell phone is putting out a signal right now. Okay? And they have technology, okay? They have a supercomputer that literally can find anybody, anywhere, anytime and watch everything you're doing if they really wanted to. And what they're doing is they are watching these people over in Mexico manufacture these drugs. They are watching these people take the drugs and put them on trucks, and they are watching these trucks go to the shipyards and put the drugs on the boats, and then they are watching the boat as it comes into America, and then they are blowing it up. Okay, they're not just blowing up random people. Okay, they know what's on the boat, they know who's on the boat, they know where the boat came from, they know who made the boat, they know everything about that boat. They know where the gas came from. I guarantee you, all that shit. Okay, they're not just blowing up random ass people. They're blowing up people who are doing really bad shit. So I'm sorry, I actually agree with that. All right, I don't agree with like 90% of the things in politics, but I do agree with blowing up boats full of fentanyl. Okay, because for every boat they blow up, they're saving thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of lives. Okay, I don't know if you know about this, but somebody overdoses like every 4 minutes. Okay, somebody kills themselves every 40 seconds. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the fact that suicide happens at a rate 7 times faster than overdose. So that's actually a bigger issue. But fact of the matter is they're saving thousands of lives. Okay? And what's really sad is the minute they stop doing that, they're going to start sending the boats again. Like let's say tomorrow they stop sending boats. And then Trump's like, oh, well, or the next president, we'll say the next president, right? The next president goes, oh, well, we're going to stop doing that. The boats are going to start coming over again. Okay. So I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but it's definitely making a positive impact in terms of saving lives. So, it might not be the right thing to do, but it's definitely better than doing nothing. So anyway, we're going to go on to the next song. If y'all want to check out the rest of that song, feel free. And then Airplanes. Y'all know, if you watch my live stream this week, then you know why I selected that song, okay? In here, there's a verse where he's basically talking about, you know, I wish I could go back before I got paid, before this was a job, right? I wish I could go back before social media was a job. I wish I could go back to them days where I was just trying to get a job at Subway. You know what I mean? Now Subway won't even take care of my bills, so I'm looking for a job. But like, there's a lot of memories here, and yeah. So we're not gonna go through that one, but if you want to share it, by all means, feel free. Okay. A lot of the Music Monday posts go along with my personal social media and what I'm going through that week. Okay, so if you watch my social media enough and you listen to the songs, then you'll be like, oh, I get why, I see why he shared that, you know? And it's really hard because on Facebook's a platform where you don't really see all my videos. And perhaps maybe if I like took all my videos from each day and put them as like a day in the life of the homeless man on my YouTube channel, maybe I'd get more traction that way. I've thought about it, but again, I'm homeless. I don't have a computer. I can't do this editing stuff. Like, my phone crashes 90% of the time when I try to edit something. So, I Tried by Bone Thugs and Harmony. I shared this one this week, okay? Tried to get away, but trouble follows me. If you know what happened this week with being threatened and called a snitch and everything, trouble follows me. Sometimes your past has a way of biting you in the ass, right? So I shared that one. This one's Caterpillar. Now, this one takes a little bit of an introduction. So check out this reel here I did this week. I just shared it like 3-4 days ago. I don't remember, but I really like it. I thought it was very creative. I thought it was probably going to get more traction than it did. It does have 400 views, which is decent. So, but then again, I shared it into like 19 different groups. Now, what was I telling you? Some of them groups have thousands and thousands and thousands of members, but only about 1% of those members are actually going to watch it. So after sharing it into 19 different groups with probably over 500,000 different members, it don't even have 500 views yet. But we are going to watch it, and then we are going to review Caterpillar. Sometimes you might feel like a maggot. I feel like this every day. You might feel completely alone. Thanks to new friends and social media, I don't feel completely alone anymore, but I'm all too familiar with it. So it goes into his cocoon, yeah? But don't give up. Right? Suicide. Take a moment. That's the music. Because you were born to fly. You're here for a reason. And that's the end of it. Very simple. If y'all see this or want to go look it up later and you feel that it's a supportive message, please share it, okay? Trying to get more followers on the suicide page. Now, after I posted that reel, I was having a conversation with somebody outside one of these establishments that I'm at on a regular basis. And they said, hey, have you ever heard the song Caterpillar by Royce da 5'9" and Eminem? I said, no, I haven't, actually. And they said, dude, you should definitely, because they saw the reel. So they're like, you should definitely share that for a Music Monday. I'm like, well, let me hear the song, right? And again, if it's not coming through very well, Suicide Registry Organization's Facebook page, hold on. This is the page. Now you got to scroll through because I do share a lot of stuff, right? So High Ren is always at the top. Because my music's not for everybody. It doesn't get radio play, but the people who find it respect it, right? If you know that song, then you know what I'm talking about. So that stays there. I shared this morning because I seen it 3 hours ago and it pissed me off. Then that's Before You Go. So yeah, you may have seen some of these come by your timeline and didn't hit share, in which case, I don't know why, but I'd appreciate it if you'd start hitting share on some of these Music Monday posts, because when you go to the page, I do share a lot of stuff. This is Jimmy McGill. If you need to go to rehab and you're watching this, hit up Jimmy. He's going to help you get into rehab. I promise you. This guy is like the guy. He will get you into rehab. Same thing with Victor the Good Boss. Victor the Good Boss is somebody I talk to quite often when I need to find a bed for somebody. Him and Victor will get you into a rehab facility. This is Ben talking a little bit about his recovery. And so some supportive messages there for anybody who needs it. But let's review Caterpillar. Hold on before we do that. Again, most of the Music Monday stuff, information is all generally the same. The website, the organization, my purpose is, like we discussed earlier, the Sober Lit family. Join the Sober Lit family to see where we go next. So you can be a part of some of the epic concerts like that Before You Go modifier concert that I was just showing you. If you've seen our recent Caterpillar reel, then you know why this song was selected. It says it right there. I put why I share the songs. So let's listen to the lyrics. And again, if it's not coming through very high quality or whatever, if you want to go back and actually listen to the song after this, feel free to do so. But this is the best way that I can do a reaction video at the moment, because this is the technology we're working with.
You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on the skag and skip out for beer during commercials, because the revolution will not be televised. This right here for the number one. Number one, did what you number one. You ain't number one, just another one. Now everybody saying that the number one. Ring the alarm, the caterpillar keeps firing. Oh, we in the war, where butterflies keep dying.
Butterflies keep dying. You're meant to fly. We're in a war where butterflies keep dying. All right? Are you picking up the picture after watching that reel now? Suicide. Overdose. We're in a war where butterflies keep dying. Keep listening.
I'm a product of Parker Lewis and Kubiak. If I didn't do this Venus, where in the fuck would you be at? See, there's a difference between us. When I spit in arenas, you would trip from my penis. I eat lions and sip hyenas. You number one when it comes to slaughtered mics. I'm trying to be number one in my son and daughter life. All you niggas, my little rapper babies. Y'all my children, y'all pick my shit and contracted rabies. Don't you grade me next to these rappers, baby, that's degrading. My style got so many different facets. I'm switching to so many different patches. I'm skipping class to be fascinating. My pen is like Big Ben, and shit just a classic waiting. Your favorite rapper
My pen is like Big Ben. It's just a classic waiting. It's just a classic waiting for y'all to understand my creativity. All right, y'all don't see the whole picture. That's why I'm doing this video here, so I can start painting the picture for you. All right.
decapitating. Out here congratulating these aspects who had me highs. These rappers only when they match just because they strategize. I bring adequate to these patterns, and here's my battle cry. Ring the alarm, the caterpillar's firing. Oh, we in a war where butterflies keep dying. Hey, this right here for the number one. Number one shit with your number one. You ain't number one, just another one. Everybody saying that they number one kid, think you number one quit. Number one song, get your number one chick. Number one fly with your number one kid. When it's all done, then your number gon' swing. Hold up, wait a minute, that's what I'm endeavoring to. Show so much respect to you that I feel like we're friends, so now we don't know you. Never let someone who's got as hard as you cash you up and tell you something you never do. Always stay professional, always gonna make revenue. Don't let people next to you that don't want the best for you. It's completely normal to hold on to a regret or two. I do what I want to do, they do what I let them do.
It's completely normal to hold on to a regret or two. Did you catch that? Hold on. Gets better.
Disrespect the fucking caterpillar.
I'm gonna stop it right there, alright? Remember when you praising the butterfly, don't you ever disrespect the fucking caterpillar. Alright? If y'all wanna listen to the rest of this song, there's like 2 minutes left. I'm gonna let you go. That's enough. Y'all get the picture. Alright? Y'all get the picture. Y'all get the picture. If you see a Music Monday post from now on, don't forget to hit that share button. Alright? Tell your friends about the homeless man. We out here. Preventing suicide, preventing overdose. Alright? Going through the worst part of my entire life publicly. Just to show y'all that there's light at the end of the tunnel. I ain't seen the light yet, but I'll let you know when I get there. Till next time, love yourself, love others, and love the world around you. Peace.